How do you respond when people ask you if you're pregnant and you're not? I say, nope, just eating good. That's the meme.
Are you?
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli. Hey, guys.
Welcome back to
the Cimorelli podcast.
Hello, you got the three
Wimps and
wigs.
wigs.
Three wimps and wigs.
Yeah, we were on that one.
That's a Cinderella story. I
Reference.
really, before I said it, I went back and forth. I'm like, which one do I say? I chose wrong.
Yeah.
Cinderella story reference. So Kat's out today.
Her children are sick.
But we're in.
We are in.
So get ready
For a girl talk Q&A. Which is going to be Christina talking and me clutching
Her pearls.
Anything else you need to say?
Oh, yes. Welcome back. This is episode 247. And I was going to say, don't quote me on that. But, I think you can. I think we can reasonably quote that one.
I don't know what it is.
And we're doing a girl talk Q&A with us three. And is there anything I really need to say about that?
No.
We're doing TMI girl talk.
Yeehaw.
So I got all your guys' questions.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. So Catherine
Christina
is
loves
out
TMI.
and Lisa is out because she is mainly on our TikTok because she's supporting her husband through his cancer treatments, and she'll be popping in and out. I think she'll be on next week's episode of the podcast. So.
Oh, yeah. So you guys get to see Lisa next week. Woo! Get ready. Oh, yeah. Hello. That's an announcement. Guys, next week, get ready.
Get ready.
We got Lisa, so
It's going to be
just
fun.
saying. All right, then. Let's jump into the highs and lows of our weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
knows?
Don't jump too fast, ladies.
My low was extreme fatigue.
I was so tired this week, too.
I was like, am I okay? I don't know. Now I'm not having that. But for 4 days, I was sleeping really long, taking a nap during the day, slugging around all day. I was like,
Maybe you're fighting something off because sometimes that does happen.
I guess, but I didn't have any symptoms. It was just extreme fatigue. So I don't know. That was my low. My high
Oh.
was that I went to Aldi.
I love all
Listen to this. I spent $38 on groceries for the whole week.
And I feel like you got a
Wait, what do you
cute- a
normally? I
really-
don't know what it's. My mind is in buying for 4 people. What's
Well,
you normally?
I used to spend $75-$80.
Oh, okay.
I spent $38.
And you got a lot of good stuff, didn't
And
you?
you got it for the week. I spend $300 a week
good.
on groceries.
Oof.
Can you believe that?
I mean, you have a lot of people.
It ain't
Yeah.
right.
But that's
That is,
wow, yeah.
that's a
It
lot.
ain't right. I know. Sometimes $250.
I just felt like I was I got away with a crime, honestly.
No, I love
I was like,
Aldi.
how is this so cheap? But I did that on purpose. I was trying to see
Maybe I need to try
how
out
much I could do.
going there. I tried one time, but it didn't quite have what I needed. But maybe I need to try again.
Well,
Well,
can
you
also
just have to
do,
be
like-
creative because that's the thing. I had to be like, okay, this
No
is the
time,
recipe. Do I need to use every single ingredient in this recipe? No. Do I need to do this recipe or should I do a different one that has cheaper ingredients?
Yeah,
But it's just
yeah, let
really
me
an
think about that.
accomplishment, you know,
No,
in
that
this
is
economy.
really an accomplishment in this economy.
I know. I wish I could get ours down to 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you
could buy some things
You
at
just have to,
Aldi and then other things
Well,
wherever
we
else.
bought, guys, we got 36 eggs last week.
36?
and ate them all.
Tristan has been eating 2 to 3 eggs a day.
Wow.
And then I also eat at least 1 a day.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
It's a lot of eggs in a
Yeah.
week.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, that's eggs.
I
but
have-
maybe other things.
That's
are
the
cut
problem
down.
is I have some big eaters. My children are 80th percentile in weight, and a lot of it is I will say pure muscle.
Yeah.
eat a
Honestly,
lot.
everyone in your family eats a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
We all have big appetites.
Yeah. So that's kind of hard, but still, I think you could. I asked ChatGPT for ideas, and they gave me a lot.
Love
Okay,
it.
I'll think about that. So that was, wait, did you say?
That was my high. Yeah.
What was your low?
My fatigue.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Um,
What's yours?
my low was I was fatigued as well.
Yeah, you were like, Lauren, how tired were
Yes,
you?
because I was like,
I
am
don't know. I was tired.
something? It was weird. And like, I think it was because I stayed up really late on the weekend.
Yeah, I think it was just life.
Yeah, it was a lot. I don't know. Every night I was like going to bed so early. But I was like, this is how I'm meant to live, is going to bed this early.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
I'm working on turning my own internal clocks back and going to bed a lot earlier, which has been an accident, but it's gotten me into a really nice routine, which is my high, is that I've been waking up at like 5 or 6 every day because I'm passing out really early. And it is one of the best. I woke up at 5 this morning after going to bed at like 10:30, and it was so happy. It was so happy. I loved it. I loved every moment. I literally cannot say anything more amazing, any more amazing things about waking up at 5 a.m. I love it. I don't think I could do it on purpose, but on accident, yeah.
Wait, you know what I realized this week? Tell me if this is if you agree. I realized I have never been happier in my life than when there's one thing. When I'm on a walk, listening to music is like peak joy of my entire life. I realize it's the least like anxious, the most happy. There's pretty much, besides like, I guess like the connection with another human being, when it's like the ultimate like loving, whatever it is, like your child, your husband, whatever, like that kind of joy, obviously. But other than that, I have never been happier.
I will say riding a bike, actually.
Same kind of thing, actually.
Is more
Do
of
you
the
listen
high.
to music when you ride?
Yes. Listening
100%.
to music on a bike that's just like going slightly downhill. Weather's good,
100%.
sunny. It's like
I love
I
it.
think it's
euphoria.
the
Also
combination-
running when you actually have runner's
I think it's a
high.
combination of nature, bilateral stimulation, and
Yeah.
then the music, all three together. There's like, you can't beat that.
Yeah, that's how I felt like skateboarding as a child.
It's the least anxious I can possibly be is at that moment.
No, I love that.
Yeah. I just realized that's
Yeah,
week.
I agree. That's like peak euphoria.
No, it truly is.
That was why.
Sunrise.
Sunset.
That's why motherhood was so hard, because I couldn't do that anymore. Like, I don't just get to go on a walk and listen to music every day. I have to have a child with me, which would make it more stressful, or I just can't because it didn't work out, whatever.
Yeah.
I have to wait until I have someone watching them, basically. That's the challenge, the biggest challenge for me. Not really, but that's a big challenge. Okay. Did you finish yours?
Yeah.
My high is I've almost finished reading 2 books.
Oh,
Just
what are
saying.
you reading? If you would like,
They're
to share.
both about chronic fatigue.
Oh,
They're really good. Just saying.
love it.
What's my low? I actually don't feel like I had much of a low week at all.
Ooh,
Like,
love it.
I'm trying to think of like a big low, and I don't feel like there was like a low point to my week.
Wow.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, I don't think there was a low point.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not like, it wasn't like the most high points week, but it just didn't have a low.
Oh my gosh, my high was that I went dancing on Saturday, and that's why I was up so late. That's my high. It was a great time.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess I have no low. I literally can't think of one, and I can't make something up. I can't think of one, guys. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I don't have a low
You
point.
can't make this up.
Love that for you.
Okay, so now that we did our highs and lows, we're going to move on to our main topic, the Girl Talk Q&A.
Yay!
But before, I need to tell you, if you want every full episode of the Cimorelli podcast, you got to join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli. It's linked in the description. You get every full episode, whereas on YouTube, you only get every other one full, and the every other one is like half. And every Monday, we do a new video. We've been doing a lot of vlogs, but there's different types of video we're going to do. But we've been doing a lot of vlogs lately. And it's literally like being on a fly on the wall in our writing sessions. It's so
They're
cool.
so good. These
And
vlogs
there's
are so fun.
behind the scenes of TikTok shoot. It's really cool. It really is fly on the wall POV, I will say, because
love it.
we're doing something and then Arrow's literally filming it happen. We're not like, hey guys, hey camera, whatever. It really is fly on the wall. So I think it's pretty cool. Just saying. And every month we do an unreleased demo for you guys, the patrons.
Yeah.
You get to be a part of Lauren's Take, the 5 POVs. You get all the past series we've done, lots of videos, last episodes, all that stuff. There's so much good stuff on there.
Also, we do a live stream every month where we pretty much always play like a snippet of a new song that we haven't shown yet.
Or tell you like some kind of exclusive information that we haven't announced.
Yeah.
So if you want to be like an insider, especially if you're interested in the music, particularly like the album we're working on, and you want to support us, then hello. You gotta be
here.
It's only $5 a
Patreon.
month. So check that out. Linked in the description.
Today's episode is sponsored by Shopify. Oh my gosh, guys. We live, laugh, love Shopify. They are the official Cimorelli merch store, which I'm wearing our merch right now. We use them for our online checkout and store, and they are amazing. They're one of the only companies that we've ever literally worked with that we've never ever had any problems with. They run our store. Well, we run our store through them, and they are amazing. We never have any problems. Sorry to just say, but like, come on. So easy to work with, so well like reviewed, well known, like live, laugh, love Shopify, like keep slaying. You guys are amazing. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet. So if you're growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, in the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Cimorelli. Go to shopify.com/Cimorelli to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Cimorelli, all lowercase.
All right, guys.
Let's get to it.
I got the questions.
Christina's got our questions.
I got these from Patreon and Instagram. Oh my gosh, I've sneezed. And
A new Q&A source,
And
aka YouTube, on our community page, which I posted for the people to ask their questions.
so I got these from a bunch of places. Okay, ready?
Let's hear it.
So, number 1. Oh my gosh. This is quite the question. But I feel like this is really obvious. No offense. Okay, so there's a lot of things where I'm like, what? But then I don't want to be judging you, because if you don't know something, you're just innocently asking this question. We're here to tell you. So also don't judge me, person watching, for being like, why'd you pick that obvious question? Because it wasn't obvious to them, obviously, or they wouldn't be asking me, right? So don't be like, that is the most obvious thing
She's
ever.
saying don't judge the question.
Oh.
And people watching, if you think it's obvious, don't judge me.
Yeah.
How to manage armpit stench. Excuse me?
Well,
And ingrown hairs.
I don't know about that one, honey.
scrub.
Which there was a lot of questions about this.
Exfoliation.
There was a lot of like shaving and general questions, and I have just a blanket answer for all of you people.
Exfoliation and moisturization.
Okay,
is
so
mine.
you guys were like shaving this, shaving that, blah, blah, blah. You need to take your questions over to Google, TikTok, etc., and you need to ask them, and you need to watch.
I fear you might find some strange content doing that, though.
No, it's just a bunch of
so
girls
many,
giving tips.
There's so many women
Okay.
who have like full on routines that they're telling you. I get these all the time on I have a very girly For You page on TikTok. This is this routine, whatever the heck. And they're telling you everything you need to know. They're telling you all the products you need. So I'm just telling you, tons of women have laid out their shaving routines.
They've blazed the path
their
forward.
products, and you just need to find the right one for you. There's like products for preventing ingrown hairs.
Oh.
There's exfoliation, products you put on after, blah, 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 blah. The way you're shaving, the razor you're using. Also, you don't have to just shave. There's other things you can do. There's a million different ways to wax. There is like the hair like removal cream things, which I think those were scary. But recently on my page, I didn't realize there's so much advancement in the technology of this. I saw this girl being like, saying what I said. She's like, I used to like back in the day when she tried these, she's saying how crazy they were. And she's like, they're so much better now. Like they've really advanced in that world. So a cream you put on, then you like wipe your hair off. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, and there's like ones that are apparently not as, that's what she was talking about. Ones that aren't very like irritating.
Oh.
I can't tell you from personal experience how that is, but maybe I'll try that. Or waxing. I haven't done that, but a lot of people love it. So you need to go over probably to TikTok, just search.
Yeah.
There's so many people out
Different
there telling
types of product recommend, like, there's different types of all the different things.
You
So
need
you
to
might
find
need to mix and match
the right
and
thing
change.
for you. Okay, this is the number one thing for women. Everything in life for women, it comes down to your specific type. Your
and
hair
needs.
type, your skin type, whatever's going on with you, your body type, whatever. Lisa and I are a great example. Lisa and I are like almost opposite. So there's very few products that we can both use because we have like opposite skin and hair. Lauren and I are pretty similar, so we can use a lot of the same things. You and I are not similar. We cannot use the same things. So just like
I
hair
do
and
have a
skin
bit
type.
of the oily hair.
Okay.
Not too bad, but
Maybe.
that's all I can think of that we're similar on.
But yeah, like if Lisa recommends something, I'd be like, oh, this is a horrible product, but it's not horrible, period. It's horrible for me, right? So you need to find, like, if your skin's really sensitive, then certain ways of hair removal are not going to work for you.
Into the first part of your question,
The
you need
stench
to
of the
probably
armpit?
try some different deodorants because it's not working.
Isn't
So
there sometimes people...
you need to Google.
Oh my gosh.
There's some like more like heavy duty things that you just need to find people, like ones that have good reviews of people being like, oh, this really worked for me. But there's plenty of things you just have to, I think, search for what your specific problem is because it's definitely out there on a forum.
Also, maybe getting in the routine of applying before you smell bad.
I will say
When you get out of the shower, put your
I
deodorant on,
just got
please.
deodorant that has what's that ingredient that is in like moisturizer that starts with an H? That's like a scientific name.
Hyaluronic
Hyaluronic acid?
Yes. And I really like it because
What brand is
it's
it?
like
Scientific name?
moisturizes my armpits too.
Wait,
it's
that's
like
kinda
Shea
fun.
Moisture. I really like it
Interesting.
because I noticed I was
Okay.
feeling kind of like scratchy, and it really like the moisture was good for me, not for all.
Okay,
So I'm just
we
saying.
need to get into this.
I have dry skin.
Guys, I saw so many things about hygiene in general, and first of all, I was
Oh.
like, this is obvious, but now I'm like, no.
No.
Listen, we need to have a talk with you guys, okay?
Okay, let's have a
so
talk.
we've met a lot of people in life, probably more than your average person. We've met thousands of people in life.
Yeah.
Thousands upon thousands of people. Okay. A general hygiene is actually not
General.
common as you might think. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the absolute you must do these things hygiene? Because people
a
are asking
shower.
that. Okay. Listen, you must shower pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Every other day.
You
like-
must shower every day. Number 2. Okay, you don't have to do it. You don't. Okay, look, you don't have to do any of these, but I'm just saying.
If you want to be hygienic, then
This
you
is
must
If
do
you
these
don't,
things.
it's a free country. I don't know where you live, but it's whatever. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But I'm just saying, if you're specifically asking about hygiene, this is
Then
what I'm
these-
saying.
yeah.
I want to get that clear because I believe like do exactly what you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
But people who want to know about hygiene, because some of you were saying like your parents did not tell you, so we just gotta tell you.
You need to brush your teeth
You need to
every
use
day.
Twice a
body
day,
wash in
and
the
you need to
shower.
floss.
Use soap in the shower.
Yeah.
Use
People
soap
don't
in your
use soap?
shower, not just water.
Guys, people don't know everything.
Okay, we're not judging.
so right.
We are not judging you if you didn't
You
know
know
this.
what? Pamper yourself. Go for a little walk through the aisle in the grocery store with the body washes. Find like your favorite smell.
Yeah.
Like have a good time.
Here's another one. You need to wash your sheets
Yes.
once
Once
a
a
week.
week.
And
I
your,
don't do that. I
your
need to do that.
pillowcase probably. I switch mine out. I have like 3 different pillowcases a week, basically. Like every other day, I switch it, basically. Depending on how your skin's doing, like you have product in your hair, like what's going on with your head, basically, is going to tell you more for your pillowcase.
I would say you don't have to wash your hair more than once a week, though.
Depending on the
Yeah.
person.
Depending on what you have, like a lot of people don't actually wash their hair that
depending
long.
on the person.
Yeah. And it is kind of hard because you usually have oil, you have to work with it. But you don't
But
don't
also,
have to
if
do
you
that.
want to wash your hair every day, that's apparently, according to some people on TikTok, not bad.
Yeah,
for it.
hygiene, that's
Yeah.
a tough one because it's like when someone has really oily hair, it's like, first of all, I relate to you. But second of all, I put it in a hat or I put it in a bun. I never wear
it's
it
not
down.
necessarily unhygienic to have oily
No.
hair.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it comes across as it
Well,
is,
because it
though.
looks kind of
Well, because
ratty.
it looks like you didn't shower. And maybe
Yeah.
you didn't shower.
But maybe you don't want to wash your hair every single day, but it gets oily. So it's like, yeah, if like you could put on a hat or put it up in a bun or something, and like you don't have to wash it like that.
And I will say body hair, like that's not really hygiene. That's like personal preference. Like, but it will make you smell stronger. Does it? Yeah, I believe, yes. Think about men. Well, that's not more. But yeah, so anyway, you need to put your deodorant on every day.
Did you say wash your face?
Yeah, wash your face.
But you don't have to do that twice a day. Just saying. You only
it depends on, are you wearing makeup? Like, what's the deal with that? When I'm not wearing makeup, I don't need to really wash my face, actually.
Brush your teeth every single day, twice a day.
And
floss your teeth.
Brush your tongue.
Do the tongue scraper thing. Those are
I just got one.
And they're like
$2.
Yeah, can I just tell you guys, in case you didn't think about it, okay? If you don't floss your teeth, okay, you have rotten food in your mouth. Just think, maybe no one told you that. I'm just telling you right now, you don't need to walk around with rotten food.
And you can get the little handy flossers. There's ones that are like good and they're easy, and you don't have to do the finger coiling thing that's like really painful.
And this is to men. If you have facial hair, you need to wash your beard.
I didn't even think about that.
You do.
You definitely do.
Once again, this is for anyone who wants to be hygienic. Maybe you don't want to be hygienic.
Yeah, maybe you don't care, and that is your right.
And you need to wash your clothes regularly. Some people, I think, don't realize they need to wash their clothes more. Like, it depends on your sweating, but personally, if I wear a shirt one time for more than 5 hours, or if I sweat in it, it is done.
Yeah, it depends how much I sweat in it. Like, if I smell it and it doesn't really smell like anything, then I'll wear it again.
Here's an interesting... Okay, so I have a friend, and she wears, like, the same shirt to bed, like, the whole week. And she has no problems. And she's very hygienic, actually, I will say. But she wears the same.
Shower?
That is
if she's a night shower, that makes sense.
If you're a night shower, you could do that.
But when you sleep, though, you are like shedding things.
But she doesn't have any adverse effects. If I do that,
then that's fine.
Yeah, I will break out if I do
but
that.
I wouldn't want to get out of the shower and then put on a shirt I already wore.
I know. Same.
I like feel weird doing that.
So I will say, but I'm saying that to you guys not to encourage you to do that. I'm saying I cannot do that. I have to wear a fresh shirt every time or I will break out. So I'm just telling you, if you have that problem, maybe you are wearing your shirt too many times. I don't know. Okay. So we already got through that one. There's a bunch of period questions. How bad do you girls get your period, and does it hurt when you have cramps overnight?
Yes. Mine can get pretty bad. It's not bad every single time, but yeah, like I can get cramps in the middle of the night. I take like 4 Advil sometimes, and that still doesn't stop the pain. But that's rare that it's that bad.
Yeah.
So, if that's you, I've been there.
Yeah. I've had periods that put me in the hospital, so pretty bad.
Mine are.
That's pretty bad.
So
I am lucky. Mine are great.
Breezy over here.
Seek a medical professional.
Well, that's what I want to say.
If they're putting you in the hospital,
if you're like bleeding a ton, like, and you need to look through women, if you don't know this, which I've seen this a lot of times, you need to look this up. Yeah. What is normal for how many tampons or pads to go through in a normal day in a period? You need to look that up.
If you're going through a pad in a half hour,
you need to know that, because a lot of women don't know that, and they assume something is normal because they're experiencing it when it's actually a sign that there is a major health issue going on, but they don't ask anyone, they don't Google it, whatever. You need to look that up. What is normal, and compare it to what you're doing to see if you might need to contact your doctor. And the other problem is a lot of doctors, they're behind on this, and they're just like, oh, you're fine, and then you find out later you had some major problem. You get diagnosed with 10 years later, 20 years later, and it like screwed things up for you because you didn't solve it earlier. It led to something really bad, or you're just like, why could we not have dealt with that earlier? Yeah, if there's something going on and then you're like, I really feel like something's wrong, the doctor's like, oh, whatever, and they seem to be like dismissing you, like, you need to get a second opinion if you possibly can.
Get a different doctor.
Is easier said than done.
For sure.
But you know what? The internet also has so much great information. You can learn so much, I will say. Just start the journey.
Honestly, people have diagnosed themselves from ChatGPT on accident.
Periods are not supposed to be debilitating.
Yeah,
that is a sign of something off. That is not a sign of, so your period is actually like a sign of your health in general. It is like a marker of that. So if it is like debilitating, it's really not going so well, or incredibly heavy, or actually like super, super, super light, or like color can be off on things, that is your body is telling you a lot of things about your health with it. Or if you are having irregular periods, so that would be like sometimes they're long, sometimes they're short as far as like the total length of your cycle, or like it's like over 30 something days, like it's regular like 40 days. That could be like you're regularly ovulating pretty late, which can tell you some things. There's a lot of things. Even like taking your temperature before and after ovulation tells you what you'll have a general, so you have like it'll be lower before and then a little higher after. And if it's generally just pretty low, that can actually tell you some things about like your progesterone levels, lots of other things, right? So even doing that, really, we all need to track our periods. We need to, track it on the app, take our temperature in the morning.
I don't do that.
Just do it for like a couple months and get some data, so like how long the cycle is, and generally like how long is the period, how like the bleeding, how long, how is it heavy, light, blah, 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 the color, like look into that stuff. Yeah. These are telling you things. So I'm just saying it's worth it to look into that and just do some Googling to start there and then take it to a professional.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this question. Sorry. It's not really a girl one, but I just had to answer. Do you take a probiotic daily? And how did you decide which one? I love this question because you get a million ads for probiotics, or at least
you actually do,
right?
They're everywhere.
It's kind of this like vague thing that you're like, oh.
Yeah, I feel like I have to tell you about this because I saw a dietitian for several months. So I actually have the information of a professional, not just pulling this out of my butt. I just tell you this.
Tell us.
So I have to tell you, okay? First of all, did you know that for women, there's also specific women probiotics you can get that are actually for your vaginal microbiome? Did you know that? Oh, wow. Also, did you know there's probiotic suppositories?
I could tell you most people have no clue that there is a microbiome.
Okay, Google what a suppository is. There's probiotic suppositories for women's vaginal microbiome. I'm just telling you that. Just look that up. I just want to let you know that. So listen, there's women's probiotics, and there's all these different like strains, and there's specific ones. I did a lot of research on this that you actually do need for the vaginal microbiome, but you might not need them. You might be fine. That's
fine.
Neither here nor there. That's a different. I just want to tell you that in case you didn't know that. And not all the women's probiotics actually have the right strains in them. So just so you know that also. I discovered that one.
So then how are we supposed to know what?
Yeah. You have to figure out what they are. Unfortunately, you have to figure it out.
You have to consult a professional?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so next thing is general probiotic. I'll tell you what my dietitian said.
Oh, okay. General. Got it.
Said she didn't say I need to take one except for that I was on antibiotics. So she's like, okay, yeah, you should take one for that. But in general, she just wanted me to eat specific kind of yogurt. There's one called Coconut Colt, which is like $10 trillion, by the way. And that has a lot of probiotics in it. And then sauerkraut, and like she was saying, eat these fermented foods every week. Rather than you need to take probiotics. So she didn't tell me
maybe I should try
you need to take a probiotic. However, my gut like test thing was pretty good. So maybe I would have taken one temporarily.
Mine's probably not. I just like have a sense.
Well, you could do one of those GI maps if you want. I don't know. So yeah.
You just start by adding in those things.
The thing is, you don't know if you need one unless you like were just on antibiotics or like you took a test.
I literally love sauerkraut so much.
I did a test that showed like the bacteria and all that in my gut, and it was actually pretty good. So yeah, not necessarily according to her, I would say. She wasn't like everyone needs to be taking a probiotic every day.
Well,
but she was like you need to be eating fermented foods.
Yes,
for your gut.
Yeah.
So that's what I will say. But
I love it. And that is an easy thing to add in. Sauerkraut is very cheap, actually. So
yeah, something like that. How do you respond when coworkers, ask you if you're pregnant and you're not?
No one asked me that.
No one has
asked me that.
If
someone asked me that, I'd just
be like,
no. A coworker though, I'd be like, oh.
I'd be like, no. Do I look pregnant? Or I'd say, nope, just eating good. That's the
meme. That's a good one.
No, I am just bloated.
Like, I would be kind of like irritated.
Depends on how mad I was.
Yeah. Because that's just kind of like a tactless question.
Yeah, that is wild to ask them.
Are you?
But I think it is really good to say, no, do I look pregnant? And then if they're like, yeah, you're like, excuse. Well, they wouldn't say yeah. If they did, that would be scary.
Turning it back on them is
obviously
a good
they think you do.
Or you could say, no, are you? If they're rude.
Yeah.
But
that's just too much for a coworker, I think.
In general.
It's like, that's too
Guys,
personal.
I am so afraid of asking women if they're pregnant, even if I, like, they're clearly, like, 9 months along, like, very, very pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm, like, not to assume.
I know, even if they're sitting like this, because, okay, after I had Tristan, for so long I was sitting like this, out of habit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I look like I have a baby with my hand right here.
Yeah.
It's only if I can tell they're, like, 8 or 9 months along, like, very, very pregnant, will I be like,
it is so hard to
not
tell.
to assume.
I just
could you
wait for them to
possibly
say
be-
something, because they usually will bring something
Yeah,
up.
just wait. Okay, a great one. Every single time I put in a tampon, it is so uncomfortable. What is the best angle to insert it? Okay, I fear you may
It depends on you.
I fear
though.
you may have a bigger problem than the angle.
Well,
It might be the angle.
It might be, though.
It might be.
It also might be that it's not far enough in.
Okay, multiple problems. Number 1, it might be the wrong angle. Number 2, might not be far enough in. But number 3, and this is common, but no one talks about it or knows, you may have some pelvic floor issues, and this is a common thing. Google it, you'll see. And that is causing you the pain, is that you actually have some pelvic floor issues.
Oh, yikes.
So I would look, well,
I will say it's
It's not
a bit tricky
It's a bit of an
figuring
art.
it out. So if
I
you
will
are
argue-
having a hard time,
Always
I
This
will
is
also
uncomfortable.
say, and this,
you might just be doing it wrong.
it's probably
Yeah.
not in far enough.
honestly, I do fear that they are not, shall we say, natural to the anatomy. Like, that's
Yeah.
like shoved up there for so long. No
Yeah,
offense.
it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, personally, I don't like them.
use them.
I only use
don't
it
like
when I like have to because
And you know what?
swimming.
Yeah.
You know what? They make swimsuits.
Stop.
I bought one. No, I bought one. Because I literally couldn't
Did it
wear one after
work?
postpartum. Yeah, it worked perfectly. It worked
I love
perfectly.
it.
Wait,
They're like
I love
they
it.
like suction up
Do you
and
know
they're
like those
like
underwear
waterproof.
that does that too?
No, I got one
I
and it
do,
worked.
but I just can't believe it.
Yeah, no, it worked perfectly.
I can't believe it works, but that's amazing.
I didn't believe it either. It worked perfectly.
That's amazing.
Not
Okay,
one
that's nice.
issue.
You don't need to
because
use
like
them then.
okay, I
But
will
that is
say
so sketchy.
I fear the
I mean,
the
for a short
feminine
amount of
product
time.
industry is a bit sketchy.
They go a
and we're
little
all-
wild, I
yeah.
think.
They got a lot. There's a lot of random chemicals and things.
Oh,
so you gotta
yeah.
make sure
Like
you're
lawsuits.
reading labels.
Well, and things that like, okay, like I've heard people use like the Diva cup or whatever, that's not good for your pelvic floor.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've heard stuff about that.
And
it's
I've
like,
also heard that like tampons can make your period longer
Yeah.
and worse. So
Yeah.
We're just trying everything we can.
women are
People
just
say
really-
period underwear. I don't know. I've never tried that.
that
Who
I
could
don't
know?
like.
But I'm
that
just telling
idea.
you, you can get a swimsuit for when you want to swim. Oh, this is just a pregnancy one. Did you experience pregnancy mood swings and how did you deal with it? You don't deal with it.
I think
What do you
just like
do?
accept it. Don't
yes,
judge yourself.
I was full of rage. Well, my fuse was short.
Okay, so here's the question:
It was
how
hard.
did Nick deal with it? Because he's really the one who's dealing with it.
He put on a Christmas song and I cried and got mad when we were driving somewhere for something Christmassy when I was like 1 month pregnant. It's like, I can't believe you put that on. I was like, what the heck?
What song was it?
I can't remember, but I got
like
so
you didn't
upset.
like the song.
And then I would get mad. They'd say something like, I would just get mad.
It was
I mean,
scary. Her pregnant was kind of
snapped.
scary.
I
quick.
think a good idea with it would be telling people like, oh, sorry, my fuse is so short with pregnancy. So if I'm like extra, whatever, it's just because I'm pregnant. That's all I can do, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that, softens the blow.
It does.
Yeah, I think that helps.
Thanks for listening to the Cimorelli podcast. To hear the rest of this episode, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cimorelli, where we post every episode in full. You can also watch all of our past seasons and Patreon-only episodes when you become a patron.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.